This is Michelle Goldman with Mdfiii 1510, Week 3. Looking at my application this week, I did a contact app and going through the rubric. The first section is for structure and efficiency, using fragments wherever possible. I did use a fragment for each of my activities for the main where the list is the view, which is the details, and then also for the form itself to fill in that contact information. So for the data storage category, we had to use serialized data so that we would be able to persist and have that data saved even once the application is closed and then reopened. Having a lot of issues with my emulator running extremely slow, but here if we reopen it, then you can see that the data persists. So we've got that covered. My app on launch with no contacts. And then let's take a look at the widget. This is again before adding any contacts. So there's the widget, and then I can add that to the screen, and there's the blank widget. So if we come and we go into the application, and enter data, the emulator has been running extremely slow for me. So one obstacle that I continue to have is that even after I go through the process of adding in a contact and go into the details, that works. And then you can see in the widget there it's added in the contact that I put in. I can click on it, and that does also bring me to the contact details. All great things that are working. Element of this project is to have a button within the widget that allows you to be able to go in and access the form within the application so that you can add data directly through the widget. So we can do this. We'll come in and we'll just enter in some dummy data. Emulator's been saying that that the application has stopped. It hasn't really stopped the processes. It's adding the contact here in the main application. It's also updating it in the widget, which is another part of our requirements, is having the widget update once you make those changes and you add to your application. So those things are working. I have not been able to correct the issue as to the application saying it's stopping, but it is still actually adding data, whether it's through the widget or through the application directly. Requirements is to have the widget be able to be removed and then added back in and have that persist the data. And as you can see, you can remove it and put it back, and there are the contacts that were added before. My widget provider, I've got everything set up for the on update, which didn't have too many problems with that as far as getting the details for the contact and getting that to appear. Where I'm having a lot of the issues, I think, is with the add contact button that's in the widget and communicating between the widget and the form activity, and that's where a lot of my time was spent in trying to get that to work. And here, just in the actual saving of that contact, is where I have that intent. Update the widget, which is updating, and so for the most part, everything does seem to be working. And aside from the one issue where I get the error, hopefully that's not going to be the death of me this week.